Welcome everybody to the Slab Lounge. And I never thought I'd say this as a sentence. Elon Musk settled a lawsuit with Cards Against Humanity. When I first heard about that, I'm like, what? What
I've
the-
not heard of that.
So, like, a bunch of SpaceX debris hit the not the actual not the property of Cards Against Humanity's HQ, but
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So they've been going after Musk, saying, "Hey, you know, we want you to pay us for the shit that you dropped." And Elon Musk settled. Guess that
I mean,
didn't know
good.
that.
Yeah, because wasn't there like a bunch of debris and stuff like all over their property?
Yeah, something like that. It was just like the weirdest fucking sentence. Elon Musk settles with Cards Against Humanity. I'm just like, what? I thought like what the fuck did they? What the fuck did he do? I'm like, that's so weird.
I thought that he knocked off a game for them. Like I was thinking he made some other game. They were using his fucking Gronk AI and got sued.
Mm. Yeah, that's
He's
what
like, I'm the only one who can make things against humanity.
mm, that's what I thought too. That's what I thought too. In all honesty, but nope, just a bunch of SpaceX debris hit their property, and they're like, "We'll sue you." And he was just trying to say, "No, you won't." And then they did, and then he settled, and then he has to take that L because he's a dumbass, pasty white Nazi-loving dumbass who will apparently have a robot army, and that still fucking freaks me out because why? Anyway, um, but switching gears, let me ask you this: because the EU is trying to get legislation to change the whole. So I never really thought of it like that because it's you just buy premium currency. So like, would you say V Bucks counts as like legit? What's the word I'm looking for?
Honestly,
That too, yeah, something like that. Because like the EU is really like saying, oh, the bare bone, the broad strokes. I mean, is that they're trying to say digital currency like V Bucks or any of that shit, like premium currency, any of that nonsense you buy from like uh, Candy Crush or any of that shit. They're trying to say it's legitimate currency, and whatever digital products you buy is legitimate property. And that's kind of making the that's kind of like shaking the game industry up something awful. And I'm like, and it all started because of some the developer behind Clash of Clans pulled a bunch of stupid nonsense or some stupid shit with this Swedish horse game or whatever the fuck, which is why they're starting to ask this question. And I never really thought of it like that. I'm just thinking like, it's just like, to me it's just like, I mean, I could see the argument. Um
I mean, you just treat it the same way as you treat like poker chips, right? It's just like you exchange it, right? So it's just exchange rate. So you can see it, right? Like it just matters on who recognizes the legitimacy.
yeah. I never
'Cause
really
that's how all money is. Honestly, it's just like we all of a sudden like this shit's worth this, and then this started kind of getting standardized. But like, say like an EMP solar flare takes out shit, and we go back to zero back of shit. We're trading rocks, and like these three rocks is not as good as this ocean rock.
I mean, yeah. So, like, what's your two cent? What's your guys' 2 cents on this? I never really thought of it like that. It's just like if we do treat like V Bucks as legitimate currency and all of the things we buy are legit property, so I guess we can feed that to the Stop Killing Games movement too. Because if the EU recognizes it as property, then I could be wrong because, like I said, this is
I
a broad
I
strokes.
think the Bebop thing specifically is like I agree with the EU on pretty much everything. In terms of like you should be able to own your property. Like if you buy a game, it shouldn't be able to be like taken away later if like the servers go down or whatever. Um, The V-Bucks thing is kind of weird for me. Like, I don't see how that's any different than if you buy like a gift card to like fucking Cheesecake Factory or something. Like, you can't exchange that for dollars outside of wherever the gift card is for. Like,
Yeah, no, you can only use it in the system. That's what I thought it meant. Like, it's like, yeah, we recognize it here. Like, if you buy some Knox bucks or fucking Disneyland dollars, like, I'm not expecting to go take that at a grocery store or a bar and be like, here's $100 Disney buck, give me all the shots. They're gonna say, fuck you.
you can't like steal your kids like Chuck E. Cheese gift cards and take them to the bar.
Right, yeah, your tickets. Like, I won this a skee ball, guys. We're gonna drink tonight. That's ridiculous. So, and the only way you're able to do that is you get like a chain of other people that will accept it too, right? But that'd be a risky investment for everyone because it's like, okay, so what happens when this bubble works out? Because it's like people don't buy this game or play this stuff anymore, or like something happens with the server. It's like now we're on the hook. Like if people redeems it, and then we have no way to recoup it, like it makes no sense. And it's like you're not gonna. And if shit hits the fan, are you gonna ask the government for a bailout of this imaginary fucking system of dollars? Like it kind of just seems like a scam, right? At this point.
I mean, it's hard to. Yeah, I don't know. Like it's. I want to say yes,
Like,
but I don't know. Something inside me just wants to say like no, but I don't know why I'm trying to like be argumentative because like I never really.
like, what if someone hacks inside and like they're like, we're gonna make this program that is gives us all this shit? What's the difference between you having that and a printing press? Like printing press, it's illegal.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I guess where it gets weird is with like the V-Bucks and everything, you use them to like buy in-game items, which I guess they use as like property. I don't know.
Well,
It's weird.
well, let me ask this: if you buy V-Bucks, right? Like, are they subject to tax? I mean, like, do you get taxed for like buying the V-Bucks, or is it just a one-to-one exchange?
Well, there's tax. There's tax.
Okay. Well, oh,
Okay, so if it's tax and you're paying real money on a thing that you can't use outside of it,
yeah,
I would be like,
changes
I would quite
things.
foul because it's like, so you're saying I'm paying 13 for 10, so 10 of this shit's not real, but 3 is real. I don't get that
Yeah,
shit
no,
back.
I mean, that, I feel like every game that has microtransactions or whatever has been kind of trying to muddy the waters between actual currency or whatever. It's like, you never mind like $10 worth of whatever currency. It's almost like 3,000 units or 400 gems or whatever.
Oh, no, I don't know. Now I don't know. Even now. Okay, I'm gonna stay out of this conversation. I'm gonna like steer this conversation now because this is a rabbit hole I kind of don't want to like look into. I mean like. Because now that means I'm going to like have to do more research and shit like that and be like, okay, here's my clearer stance or whatever. And I'm just all like, because I don't buy V-Bucks. I barely buy any premium currency whatsoever. I mean, like, and that's only because like I really want it, like, for instance, if I'm going to spend money on Marvel Rivals for any kind of custom skin, it would be for a damn good reason. And like if I wanted Spider-Man's OG outfit, that I'll pay money for. But then again, I won't do it because I can't play Spider-Man because in that game he's fucking awful, even though like there are tons of people who play him really, 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 really well. That being said, I did want to touch up on TwitchCon, the whole Emeru situation. I was at TwitchCon, but I wasn't in the convention center. I was actually going to like the public places where people are hanging out and people are showing me like they were still like gasping for what happened to Emeru when the guy walked up and hugged her and all that shit. Okay, now it might sound like I'm dismissing the whole situation. I'm not, and I am at the same time. There's a reason here. See, am I upset that it happened to Emeru? Kind of. I mean, I don't have a horse in this race. I don't know what kind of content she puts out, but I do feel for her. Like, this is one of the reasons why I don't want to show my face, because I do not want stalkers coming after me. But at the same time, look, You can have the best security in the fucking world, okay? This shit this shit is still gonna happen, regardless of whether. Go ahead.
So I guess I know a decent amount about her and the situation. Like I've kind of followed her for quite a while. I think the main issue is TwitchCon just didn't have security. She has like her own security that she brings with her because she's like so popular. And if you saw the video or whatever, like the person that removes the guy, like when I hug her, that's her own personal security. Like the TwitchCon security just sort of like stood around and didn't really do anything. And then she talked about how the Twitch security like just sort of let whoever come in from like behind the line and like enter through the exit, and, like walk up and talk to her and stuff. And then like I guess for her line and other big creators, they do a thing where they do background checks on you if you want to go and do a meet and greet. But you can have a +1, and the +1 doesn't have background checks. So you can kind of just bring in. So there was like a bunch of different, I guess, errors from Twitch themselves.
Yeah, I mean,
And then when they, I guess, the person, they announced that like we're gonna do like a 30-day ban on him, and then they just sort of like let him go. They didn't like report those videos.
But see, but that's the thing. Okay, so just like you said, so you have two different securities: your own personal one and one by the organization or the event, right? But once you do a meet and greet, like you can do all the background checks you want in the world. The guy can pass it, and if he decides, like at that moment, if it's impulsive, if they're actually there, like he can do anything he wants before anyone can stop you because you're right there. So it's kind of like, how do you prevent that? Unless we're gonna fucking get precogs in this bitch, like.
It's kind of like the birth control thing. Like I feel like when people say like, "Oh, it's going to happen regardless," I agree, but you can still try to like lessen it. And then specifically, the meet and greet thing was kind of weird because it's not that she wanted to do a meet and greet, which was like, "Hey, if you're going to be one of our like prominent people, you have to do a meet and greet." Yeah, and so she only did that because Twitch was like, "Hey, you have to do this," so we're not going to.
Yeah, no. Twitch, I will jump down, like, Twitch, I'll give the middle finger to. Because they literally, yeah, you're right, because they did pressure her. They were like, hey, you're going to be here, do this meet and greet. She was all like, and she's like, what, why? And, like, rightfully so, because, like, yeah, you're surrounded by, you don't know who the fuck is out there. Again, I'm not saying, I don't put blame on Emeru or her security detail at all. Like, number one, these things they just happen. Remember, like, even if you say, oh, Doug, you're lessening it, keep in mind, Charlie Kirk got assassinated. Yeah. So, like, you can have the best security in the world. These things will still happen. The only thing I'm going to jump down is Twitch for, number one, forcing her to do that situation, because that is no bueno. And then the fucking CEO of Twitch had the most ridiculously stupid fucking response to it. And then, like, first they gave the guy, a 30-day ban? And then they gave him a permaban after her manager was like, what the fuck is this? And, like, the fault is completely on, like, Twitch for putting her in that scenario. But if you're going to say, like, these things don't happen, they clearly do. I mean, no matter how much you try to get a best security, this is going to happen. Just blame Twitch for putting her in that scenario, and blame the Twitch's response. And yeah, you can blame Twitch security too for just letting the guy in.
Yeah. See, if I was going to do like that
what was that?
No, I was going to say, if we're going to do that type of meet and greet, if you're going to force that on me, I'd be like, well, I want like a private one where it's like, you pick like 2 winners or whatever. So you can like, kind of control it more, I guess. And then if that can't work on there, if I was super popular, I'll just pull a Melania. Let's get it stunt double to be out there for those type of fucking events.
I mean, there was so much stuff that they could have done differently. Because I've been to like a bunch of conventions, and like, they could have given her a room, and not just like put her out in the open. Like, if they're here, are you going to just sort of walk up? Like, I don't think they did like anything.
Poor Emeru. Like, seriously, just...
Well, and then there were other issues that they had to tweak on too. One that isn't really as important as security, but I've heard a lot about. It's like kind of the big deal VTuber community. They had a lot of VTubers who were doing like meet and greets, digital and stuff, and all of their gifts that like the fans brought, which can be pretty expensive. Like a bunch of them are handmade, and then people like send them just tickets or whatever, just a bunch of gifts.
Mm-hmm.
I guess photos from like all the creators were quote unquote accidentally thrown out, which to me screams like, oh, the Twitch chat just fucking stole all of their gifts. Like, I don't know. So there's that, and then they also had a big problem with a bunch of live streamers who were walking around just like harassing women out in the open, and then like all of their chat was like condoning it and stuff, and they were like pretty big creators too. And so like, I don't know, they just have so many problems.
Man, that's a raunchy deal. That really is a raunchy deal. Well, now you understand why a bunch of Twitch creators didn't want to go to TwitchCon, because they didn't feel safe. Take from that what you will. But hey, oh man, that's spam. Jesus Christ.
It was fair, man. You do it for like over an hour, man.
I had to finish it, man. Okay, so earlier when we were doing our meeting, I heated up, like I fried up some spam with some onions and peppers, and I was in heaven. And like right now, I just finished the rest of the spam, and I am on a spam high. My God, spam. I don't know why I was in such a mood for it, but I was in a mood for spam. I do not regret eating it, and nor do I regret being a Toys R Us kid, because yes, I will segue into that somehow. Because I don't know if you know this, Toys R Us is coming back, opening stores across the country.
Why?
Fuck you, why? I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. There's a billion Toys
Dude,
R Us.
I work at Toys R Us. It's like the reason you failed on there is going to be the same reason they're going to fail again.
I know, but like at the same time, embrace the nostalgia. Damn it.
I mean, I have not appeared that there haven't been like big dedicated Toys R Us for a while. Like I maybe tried to move them to like Target for a while, and I guess that worked out okay for them. I don't know. Like, do they have any plans that they're gonna change up their stuff? Go bigger.
I don't even. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Of course, Toys R Us is gonna fail for a multitude of reasons. Have you seen how much toys are today? Like, my God, you can have like an Optimus Prime like action figure that's the size of my pinky toe that'll run you like $60, and I'm just like, no.
Right? It was like, okay, back in the day, like, we're using people going to Toys R Us stuff on there. People will drive, it's like, here, we're going to Toys R Us. Specifically because all they got here is toys and bikes, right? In this economy, who's going to be like, you know what, let's just go to the store where the only thing we can get is toys for our kids. Like,
I mean, the sad thing is I feel like they can be kind of successful if they just pivot to like an audience and just like fucking sell those expensive ass Lego sets, sell the Pokemon cards that people are gonna like kill children to get.
Well, if they're gonna do that, they need to do two things at once. They need to sell expensive Legos and have an adult section for adult toys.
That would actually make sense. That's how they would survive right there. Having an adult section for adult toys.
Yeah, because now the adults don't have to make two different stops, man. So it's like, how do you convince the dad? There's like, Mom, we can satisfy the kids, and I can satisfy you. Here we go.
And you wouldn't be surprised. It would be really awesome if Toys R Us pulled this, like, it was like, oh, we see your wife is a huge fan of Fred Flintstone. Have this Fred Flintstone dildo. You know what I mean? It's just like... Oh, exactly. See, game's catching on. Like, yeah, that Toys R Us.
So when you get the ad in the newspaper, it's like, oh, they have a new Nerf gun. That's not a Nerf gun, son. That's new dildo.
Toys R Us, contact us. We'll give you good business advice to make sure you don't fail this time.
Are they also bringing back Babies R Us? Because they expanded there. They just put it all in one stop. It's just like...
No, right now it's just Toys R Us that's coming back, not Babies R Us. That's been confirmed. Yeah. But,
are they going to keep the giraffe Jeffrey as the mascot?
Of course. Yeah, they no.
Okay, because they could easily replace his neck with a dildo. I'm just saying, like it's right there. Like he could.
That's where you gotta draw the line, man. You can't do that. Like not with Jeffrey the fucking giraffe. Like hey, no. just like I'm gonna say no to all of those idiots that are flipping out over over Counter-Strike's skin flipping nonsense. Okay, so. TLDR of this. So essentially what Valve is doing is they're saying, okay, you have these secret ops one. If you have 5 of these secret ops guns, you can combine them and you could maybe get the ultra rare skin for another weapon. So out of nowhere there was this huge panic and like the stock for ultra rare weapons took a $2 billion loss in like the span of a day. You have CS streamers freaking the fuck out saying, oh no, there's gonna be more of a want and demand for these weapons over a want and demand for these weapons. I'm like, and I'm just gonna be like, brother, people, fucking chill out. It was exactly the same thing that people had for the fucking streaming wars. Everyone had to get their own streaming service. Every company had to get their own streaming service. But when the market stabilizes, guess what's gonna happen? What do you think is gonna happen? What do you think is gonna happen? Same shit that happened last time. Fucking like the skins will be fine. The power will be consolidated. Balance will be equilibrium. People are panicking for literally no fucking reason. Is if they do like start going all the way, like going all in on this, like how many companies did the whole streaming services? Guess what? You're going to be left with a huge ton of debt and nothing to and most likely nothing to show for it. Look at CNN, $300 million down the drain. Their streaming service shut down within a fucking month. Fucking AMC Plus, The Walking Dead will carry us. No, it didn't. No, it did not. And I could go on with the streaming wars and how the market's stabilizing and people and companies are still feeling the crunch. But at the end of the day, again, the streaming, the weapon thing, just stop panicking. Fucking shut up. Your money will be fine. You're just panicking for no fucking reason. Oh my god, I want to throw my shoe at... Like, you had an XQC going on record saying, you see this guy freaking the fuck out for no reason. Like, it's just... I'm sorry. I can't speak anymore because my brain just exploded. It's so ridiculous. Doug, there's real money at stake here. Yeah, I understand that. I do. Like, I've had, like, this rare, bill hat. No. Yeah, I think it was, like, a rare bill hat or a rare hat for something from TF2 or Left 4 Dead. This dude was offering me, like, the bee's knees and everything else involved in that. And finally I just caved and sold it to him for, I think, $150 or $200 or some shit. And I was just like, fine, whatever. But, so, yeah, I understand, like, how expensive some of these weapon skins can be. But to panic the way you did, that is just so dumb. You could hold on to that monetary value, the market's going to stabilize, and your funds will go back up. That's just the rule. That's just a rule of thumb. You're just dumping your shit because you're scared. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry. I can't. Someone, one of you two speak. I need to stop. My brain is still exploding.
I feel like, did people learn nothing from cryptocurrency?
Exactly. Oh my god.
I am very okay with everyone losing their money on this. Because I was looking into it, and, like, it's insane how much money is just in this. Like, it is, I guess, there still is $1 billion industry, and it drops like $2 billion this week.
Yeah.
That's insane for fucking video game guys.
Well, it's CS.
Dude, I just feel like
I just have no compassion for people who are like, my life is ruined because my video game knives that aren't backed by anything tangible or wealth values.
it's feel like these companies or GameStop, they put so much money into all this fucking shit, and like everyone gets panicked all the time, and it's just like it's just not real. They're just printing money. They're throwing bad money after bad ideas. It doesn't really fucking matter because you're still gonna be here. So like, why are we panicking? Like,
Yeah, I'm just like
every fucking time.
I'm just like fucking just wait for the market to stabilize. The money.
You don't have to be the first person there every time. Like these people, it's like I gotta be the first one on here because I'm doing this streaming shit. It's like if you're doing the streaming shit, you don't have the money for it. Why do you fucking care? If you don't have the money for it, just wait like other fucking people. Yes, I was one of those kids that had to be like back when the first Game Boy came out. I pre-order it, get it out. Right now, I gotta pay my own bills and shit. I'm just like I'm good. I can wait. You know, like I haven't bought the Switch 2 yet. I haven't bought PS5 yet. I was gonna only buy a Switch 2 to play Pokemon. And I found out, I could play Pokemon on a regular Switch and it looks exactly the same. Okay, well I'm just gonna buy that. Like,
Yeah, exactly. I was all like, I'm gonna like. At first, I was like, I was at first when I heard about the Switch 2, I was cautious. The only reason why I was cautious was because of the stick drift problem. And then what did the Switch 2 have? The stick drift problem. I'm not putting up with that again. Never again. No. I don't care if you could. Oh, Doug, you know it has mouse support, right? I don't fucking care. I mean, like, if I'm playing a fighting game, well, that's a bad example. If I'm playing like oh, I got a good one. If I'm playing something like the new Fire Emblem game that's coming out, right? I need both analog sticks, one to control the camera. I'm not about to use the fucking mouse controls to control the camera because I need the actual buttons. No. And even then, I'm not gonna trust the mouse to actually have good. What's the word I'm looking for? Traction? Is that the word?
Yeah.
yeah, traction and move it around and stuff on there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna trust it because, like, if the stick drift problem's there, then I'm not gonna trust Nintendo to actually like make the mouse great. Because they're churning more of a profit, which means they have less of an incentive to fix the fucking issues. So they're not going to do it. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to buy it. If the Switch 2 goes down, maybe. The only reason why I do that is again the Fire Emblem game, maybe Metroid Prime 4, but that's going to be on the Switch 1 too. Yeah, but like as of right now, the only game I'm really okay. Cards on the table. The only two games that I'm looking forward to, other than that are on the Switch 2 exclusively, is what the fuck was it called? Again, Fire Emblem Fates Weave, which sounds like a redonkulously stupid hairstyle, and the Pokemon game where you play as Ditto. I forgot it's like Animal Crossing-esque, but with Pokemon.
Oh, yeah. I saw something.
Oh, yeah.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah,
on there to play. If you're a player that's a fun, casual game, that especially with how much they charge for games now, is like you gotta be like, I want to fuck with this game, like I can fuck with this game all the time, right?
Yeah.
And you know what the sad part is? It's like I think some of the older consoles or whatever, they got more traction because like so when I had like a PS2 or my original Xbox like 360 or whatever, right? Or Xbox is like, okay, cool. I got a couple games that I bought for myself because I fucking love it, right? But I can went to Hollywood Video or Blockbuster for a weekend and go rent these other trash games and beat them over the weekend and turn them back, right? I can't rent games now, right? Nowadays, like I gotta buy it. Like they got eShop and all this shit.
I don't know, man. With the way, I'll get back to the renting games thing in a bit because there is that one elephant in the room I got to deal with. That From Software game that's exclusive to the Switch 2. Like I thought it was a steampunk Souls-like with elements of Bloodborne again, which was right up my jam. Unfortunately, it's not. So apparently, that's an MMO.
Oh, dude.
Oh, man.
So I'm walking sideways on that one.
I didn't like MMOs that much. Like it's just because it's like either you really gotta nail it and have a really good community, or it's just gonna suck. Like I didn't like when it was like Final Fantasy 11. I found that shit. I was MMO. I'm like, I just wanted to play this shit by myself. I'm like, dang, I got friends like Destiny and all this shit. Like, why do you keep indicting me and not having friends?
Mm. So there's that, but but to go back to the whole renting games thing, Robert. With the way Microsoft has been moving, I think they want you to only rent games and not buy them. Um, since since they said the new Xbox is going to cater to like a premium audience or whatever the fuck and subscription models, and I'm just like, nope. So you won't. So like, say goodbye to owning. Well, say goodbye to owning games entirely if that's the case, because yeah, it's just gonna be at the very least with with Nintendo and Sony, the games you can buy you can own. However, there is some games that you can't straight up own. Nintendo says that. I think that's primarily with the fucking subscription service for all of their old school games. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the Nintendo Online. Yeah, you gotta rate it on there, and you just keep up new stuff on there because I did that. And it's annoying sometimes. It's fun because like sometimes like oh cool I want to go back and play these old games, and then but it's also like those periods where you don't feel like fucking with it, so you cancel subscription, and you go back like oh I want this like oh I got to pay the subscription again, and sometimes it gets annoying.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean with Microsoft if they did like you pay $100 and you can rent 10 games each month. And each game rental period is like a week. That wouldn't be that bad,
Uh,
depending on the game.
yeah, but like, let's say a new game comes out that you really want to buy, right? And you actually like the Halo remake that's coming out. Because yeah, that's getting remade for Xbox and it's going to be on PlayStation, PC, etc., etc. Let's say you buy that. Let's say you want to buy that, right? They say you can't buy it. You have to own a subscription for it, and yeah, you can't. And like, let's say that subscription, like they make changes to the subscription, and you can't play it because you can't play it anymore. So it's just all like, fuck you. I like that. Like, in all honesty, that whole like renting games permanently. This is where I want the stop killing games movement to like come into full swing because that renting like if you choose to rent your games, that's one thing. If I'm gonna like play Dispatch, I better fucking own that game, man. I paid good money for that fucking thing. I do not want to like just all of a sudden miss out because like I have to. I don't want it hidden behind a fucking subscription wall. If I want a game that I want to own, I will buy it and I want to own it. I don't want it to be.
No,
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna rent it permanently. Get the fuck out of here.
no, there's good games, long games that I know is longer, take longer, that I definitely buy. For me, renting games for games where it's like, I just want to beat this. I know I'm going to play it once. I'm not going to go back and play it again. And it's not going to be that long. So that's why it's just like, oh, hey, I can rent this for a week. Cool. Well, I'll beat it over the weekend. It's like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, I just wanted to get through it, and then I'm fucking done with it. But yeah, like, it was like new good games that's coming out. Definitely want to buy it, keep it on there. And it also brings up how come I hate nowadays like a lot of good solo games still requires you to have like internet access or be part of the subscription. It's like I thought it was a solo game. Why the fuck do I need internet? I should just have the disc and be able to play this shit.
Yeah, that's what
You know?
that's what sparked the stop killing games movement altogether. It was because of the crew. Since the crew servers shut down, you need an internet connection to play offline mode. Yeah, I know how stupid that sounds, but like since you can't play it anymore, you really can't. You're SOL. That's where the stop killing games movement came from, and that oh man that ugly ass white person was all like, no, you can't do that, and then Pirate Software got involved by trashing it because he didn't bother reading what the fuck it was about. That fucking idiot, that nepo baby idiot. Um, yeah. So take from that what you will. But you want to know like this is gonna be the last topic for the Slab Live before we call it quits for the week. So
Yeah.
Warner Discovery, they put themselves up for auction. They actually rejected a third bid from fucking Netflix. Disney has no interest in buying Warner Discovery. Netflix already said they're not interested in buying it, so they put themselves up for auction. Right? The Writers Guild of America is trying to stop that. The Writers Guild, the fucking Writers Guild. What fucking power can they have to stop a bunch of corporate execs from selling off a company? Don't get me wrong. Like Hollywood's all torn up because one of the OGs is going out to pasture. I'll get to that in a fucking second. But like, let's honestly look at this. The Writers Guild. The Writers Guild wants to stop the sale. How? When I mentioned this to Robert yesterday during a team meeting, Robert's all like, oh, they'll just send out a very sternly worded letter.
Yeah, no, they'll send out a sternly worded letter. Maybe put out some A-list celebrities to say they're against this shit, and then after that, be like, "Cool, where we're getting brunch at?" That's like, and then they'll pat themselves on the back like we did some shit. And I'm just kind of like, bro, if you really cared about this, your Hollywood shit on there, you could do one of those bullshit banquets, A-list plate fucking shit, come up with the money and buy that shit yourself. So like, you have money, is like, you have obviously a lot of money to keep putting out the shit you've been putting out for movies for the past couple of years. Like, why don't we just take all the money for the bad ideas and go buy this and then start releasing some of the good canned film movies that you care so much about the OG? Like, right? Like, or no, I guess that's too much because you have too many bad actors out there doing bad fucking movies and A-list actors just dumbing themselves down. I guess we're too big on Sydney Sweeney, the fucking droopy looking Down syndrome girl selling her bathwater to care.
Okay, that happened. So yeah, Hollywood. So Hollywood altogether is collectively crying over Warner Brothers or Warner Discovery actually putting themselves up for auction. They're losing one of the big players, and I'm just like, first of all, they're not Warner Brothers anymore. They're Warner Discovery because they've merged with
Discovery. And you didn't care that much when they first merged with Discovery. Why you care? It's not like it's being sold the first time now, bro. It's been up for auction a couple different fucking times, and you didn't give a fuck. So I don't. Why does it matter now?
Yeah, I mean, like it wasn't even. Yeah, no, Robert's right. It wasn't even their first merger because Time Warner, which is Warner's parent company, merged with AOL, and they fucking destroyed AOL. They completely killed AOL.
And honestly, all this is showing is that, despite all of our great shit that we like about Warner Brothers, maybe they're the problem because every place they've gone to, it's just been downhill.
I mean, look at the shit like Cartoon Network is dead. Fucking the DC movie universe has been dead because they don't know what the fuck because the execs don't know what the fuck they're doing. You got fucking Max, I'm sorry, HBO Max, which was then turned into Max, which has gone back to HBO Max. It's fucking dead, or at least dying.
Oh no! But did you get they spent they spent about $50 million on a consultant fee to have them change the names?
Yes.
That's a come up. We should be talking about that bitch. That bitch should be in the business books at fucking every Ivy League shit. It's like this bitch had a bad idea, got 30 million, and then got 20 million to go back after a bad idea. That's how you do business.
So, like, if you want to feel sad about like Warner Discovery, like just going down the tube. They're gonna be like nobody even and nobody cried when Columbia and TriStar merged. Hell, nobody cried when Columbia and TriStar got bought out by Sony. So shut the fuck up. Like honestly, oh my goodness.
This is the time that we're in. Everything's gonna merge, and then like 100 years from now, people are gonna unmerge it. Just like how everyone cut cable and then went to streaming services. Now streaming services coming back to cable. People run out of ideas quite quickly.
Well, people going back to cable. There's a reason for that because with how high subscription services are now, especially consider and on top of that, it's with ads. So it's just all like I bought a subscription service. I paid for a streaming service, so I wouldn't have ads. Now I'm going to have ads. Why am I?
Right.
Yeah, and it's weird. Fucking Netflix was saying they were going to put ads in for the longest time, and don't even get me started with password sharing crackdown. That's been a thing.
Oh no, I've seen that shit where it's like they put it as a college student, and it's like, oh, I see you're not at your home TV. You can't use this subscription. It's like, bitch, I pay X amount of money. I can use it anywhere I want.
That's the beauty of not giving money to streaming services. Because I can't say how I find a way to watch Invincible. I can tell you that I'm not watching Invincible officially.
Also, it was like with all the sports because they break up the sport packages where it's like, hey, now NBC's involved. Also, Amazon's involved. Also, you need the NFL network, and you need like 4 or 5 just to watch one sport.
Is it NFL network?
There was no NFL network, but that's actually getting sold into Disney underneath ESPN with the Red Zone.
What the fuck are you? Who needs 24 hours of NFL? Honestly, if you need 24 hours of NFL, dude, go touch grass. Like,
well, you know, there's an MLB network and an NHL network and an NBA network, right?
Oh my fucking god! What?
Yeah, just like with college football, there's the ACC network, SEC network. Like when you're really into sports, and that's what people are really complaining. That's where a bulk of the things is because every year people are like, if I want to watch all my different teams and all my fucking shit and all the games, I'm paying about like $4,000, $5,000 a year to get 10 different streaming services because like, oh, I have a Peacock so I can watch my EPL in the morning. Okay, well now basketball's on NBC, so I need Peacock for that too. And it's like, but it's also going to be on Amazon, so I need to have the Amazon Prime membership also for football. And it's like, I need regular cable too to do CBS, Fox, and the regular network to watch my normal football, and like TNT to watch some of the March Madness. You know, so you see how that adds up, man.
Jesus, people, go touch grass. Seriously, touch grass. Look, the only time I'm ever going to be interested in any sports is March Madness. Okay, like let's get that right out the bat. And even then, the past few March Madnesses, they were not good.
They're not good, but at least March Madness, if you have cable, you could get it. So you watch on CBS, watch on TNT, True TV, and you'd be good, right? But, you know, eventually they're going to try to move that to get sold onto other streaming platforms as well.
So I'd heard about like NBA getting involved with the NBC. So I heard about that. It was just I'm like,
they're actually just bringing it back. They used to have it in the 90s, and they're doing that round ball. Give me the ball, cause I'm gonna dunk it down. The basketball, give me the ball, cause I'm gonna dunk it. Yeah, John Test.
I remember there was
They did it Saturday Night Live.
Well, no, I was thinking the old football like song that I think it was Fox that ran with it for a minute. It was like, "Are you ready for some football?" And it was like playing country music or some shit.
No, that's Saturday Night Live, and that's on NBC.
No. There was this other because
They did ready for football because that's how come they're doing right now. They have Carrie Underwood doing it. Before they had I want to say Shania Twain doing it, where they all had the country out there for Sunday Night Football. Like, you ready for the football? And they play country music. That's Sunday Night Football.
ew. Anyway, we're coming close to time, and my brain has exploded. I can't believe there's an NFL, NBA, and all
NHL, fucking yeah. There's an MLB network too,
If you
and all they do is talk about shit.
if you tell me there's a fucking golf network, I'm
There is a golf network.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm
Of course there is.
I'm done. We're done. This
It's the best channel.
listen to us on Amazon Music, YouTube, and Spotify. Slab Lounge. Comment, subscribe. I'm done. I can't. No. Fuck. Boop. Okay.